Alright, and welcome to my fifth video of the tier list ranking. Today we're going over the very unique ship, the Tier 2 Mikasa, which is a battleship and the only Tier 2 battleship in the entire game. The Mikasa can be acquired through the armory with doubloons. Let me just check how many it was again. You can get the Mikasa with about 1,800 doubloons, which in my opinion is more worth it than most other tier 2 ships, since it's the only tier 2 battleship in the entire game. By the way, I gotta mention something real quick. I forgot to mention that you can get the Tachibana Lima with doubloons in the armory as well. I didn't check it on the last time, but yeah, you can get either the Tachibana or the Tachibana L, depending on which one you want. But anyways, I should not talk about that, because right now we're talking about the Mikasa. Alright, the Mikasa is, well, as I said, the only tier 2 battleship in the game. It has two twin 305mm guns, which you're gonna mostly overmatch most of your enemies you're facing. But it's nice to be able to hit some Citas if you can sometimes. But in my opinion, the main armaments on the ship is actually the secondary batteries. And if you're planning on keeping them, the ship, I would highly, encourage you to upgrade them. Because they have a great dispersion, and you have like, what is it, like 18 76mm and 40 152. That's like way more than the Shikuma alone. That's like 2 Shikumas amounts of secondaries. And yeah, it's just amazing with the secondaries. It has around 32,000 HP if you're using signals. If you're not using a signal, it's around 31,000, but I would recommend using a signal if you're playing tier 2 Mikasa. If you're having if you're wondering about the secondary guns, I can show you over to my screen and you can see the recommended build I have. So what I have in my first slot is emergency repair specialist. You can choose between either gun feeder or emergency repair specialist. It depends on what you want, but I think the emergency repair specialist is good because you want these consumables quick, especially if you're getting fired by HE. Then I have vigilance, which you can. It's mostly just because I want to see torpedoes from longer ranges, because you're so slow with the ships with around 18.9 knots, and that's with the speed flag. Otherwise, it's recommended to use the grease the gear so you can rotate the turrets faster, which I understand. Then I have the long-range secondary battery shells and the manual secondary battery aiming. It says the adrenaline rush is recommended, but I would definitely go the secondary line, because in this clip that I'm showing you, all of my kills that I got was due to secondaries, because I mean the secondaries, you must have secondaries on it. It's like the most unique secondary ship with the Japanese, because secondary armaments on Japanese ships aren't, very viable usually. But yeah, if you're having a level 13 captain, then I would go with Adrenaline Rush, or wait later, emergency repair expert. But yeah, emergency repair that's very nice to have if you want to, repair more often. But you're mostly supposed to tank for your team. But yeah, that's you're probably not gonna have a higher level than level 10 unless you play the ship very often. But yeah, this is my recommended line. Yes, because I would recommend you going on close quarters. The concealment is 11.2 with nothing on. If you have the concealment expert, you have 10 kilometers. But I don't think you're gonna fight many, fight. Well, you're not gonna be, stealthy in the ship. The only thing I would watch out for in the ship is, of course, destroyers and tier 3 battleships because they can literally ruin your day if you do not know how to, deal with them. And another thing is, yeah, you're gonna get set on fire very often and fired constantly, so you can, do badly. And when I first played it, I was kind of bad, or I was pretty much horrible in it because the main battery dispersion is, I mean, it is pretty good. It says it's 160, but Jesus, you're not gonna hit much with the main batteries because the guns just fly, the shells just fly all over the place. But yeah, it has a very nice paint scheme as well, Mikasa. And I would recommend, if you have the doubloons, just try it out. I mean, it's a must-have tier 2 ship, or must-have ship in general, I think. I might be very biased, but I just kind of love the Mikasa. Yeah, just play it like a brawler, secondary brawler. Anyways, a quick history recap of the Mikasa. The Mikasa was the only ship of its class, and it's still in the... You can still see the ship in a museum. I forgot where the museum is, but it's somewhere in Japan. I want to see the ship really bad, but I have never been to Japan, and I don't know when I'm gonna visit it and so on. But yeah, I would highly recommend you, if you're going to Japan, that you're visiting the Mikasa battleship, because it's such a cool and unique ship, and it's one of my favorite ships of all time. But yeah, quick history recap. Sorry, I forgot to. I hate to stop rambling about something else. But quick history recap. The Mikasa entered service during 1902. She was the only ship of her class. Compared to other battleship ordered around under 1986 program, Mikasa had enhanced casement armor for her secondary armament. The ship was Admiral Togo's flagship during the Russo-Japanese War, and she participated in the Battle of the Yellow Sea and Tsushima by the beginning of World War One. Mikasa had become obsolete, but she was still listed as part of the fleet first as a battleship, then as a coastal defense ship between 1926 and 1945. The ship served as a museum before being abandoned, partially scrapped. But yeah, as right now, she's restored as a museum ship. Did the IJN Mikasa sink any ships? Yes, it actually sank, for example, it sinks battleships Knios Surovorov, I can't say it, and Borodino. But yeah, that was a history recap of the Mikasa. And let's go over to my next screen, which is gonna show you where I will put it on the tier list. Alright, where do I want to put the Mikasa? Alright, I know some or most people might hate what I'm gonna put the Mikasa in my tier list. And I know this might seem crazy. You know what? I was actually planning on putting out a must-have, mostly due to how iconic the ship is. But you know what? Mostly just due to being able, or there's a low chance of you fighting low tier, no, not low tier, sorry, tier 3 battleships. I think it just deserves to be at amazing tier, very high up, amazing tier. I mean, secondaries are amazing, that's great. But if you're fighting a tier 3 battleships or tier 3 destroyers, oh god forbid, yeah, you're not gonna have that much fun fighting them. But it's amazing, actually. If you're tier 2, it's a must-have. If fighting tier 1, well, you're gonna destroy them. But if you're not having a secondary build, it's just okay, situational. Like, you're gonna have 2.8 secondary range or something, which is absolutely horrible. But yeah, it's amazing. What else can I say? And then over to the next list. How fun is it? And again, I'm gonna be very biased. It's a must-have. Okay, it's slow. It doesn't have, the most at armaments, the most firepower. But if you get in a situation where I did, oh my god, being able to tank everything, you feel like a pirate ship just fighting multiple ships at once. It's actually amazing. It can be so much fun sometimes. Oh my god. And it's just get it if you get the doubloons, in my opinion. It's a historical ship. It's the only tier 2 battleship in the game. I might just be, you know, very good at playing the Mikasa or just be very biased, but I just love it. You should definitely give it a try if you have at least like 2,000 doubloons or something. But yeah, if you're planning on getting first tier premium ship, if you want to try it out, or if you're playing low tier, get the Mikasa. It's so unique for a ship. There's literally the best tier 2 ship in the game. But yeah, uh, I should stop rambling and let you go on with your day. But yeah, have a great day and see you on the next video. On the next video, I will go over tier 3 destroyer, which is called. Let me just check it real quick. Sorry, the next destroyer. Tier 3 destroyer is Wakatabe. I cannot say the name, but yeah. See you on the next video. Bye.